Are you having meltdowns whenever you try to get your child to move from one activity to another? So they might be obsessed with something, spinning wheels on a car, watching television, doing a certain task or puzzle, and all you want to do is either move them on to something else or just get out the house and go somewhere else. And you are met with meltdown after meltdown. Well, I have a strategy for you, and I'm going to talk you through it in this video. It's worked for us. My son Reese is now 11, and we implemented the strategy when he was 3. So I have 7 years experience on using the strategy, and from a personal note, it works. So if you follow in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the strategy known as the traffic light strategy. I'm going to tell you what it's about. Then I'm going to tell you about how to implement it in your home with your child. And then if you watch till the end of the video, I'm going to explain why this isn't a once-off strategy to use and how you can adapt it to be continuously used as we do today with my son now, Reese, who's 11 years old. So I'm Mags, I have this channel A&Me, and I share all about my parenting journey with my son Reese, who's autistic. We have used many strategies, so please check out my channel to find out how we've implemented them and also the different ways we do things as a family. So make sure you subscribe below, like and share this video, and put any comments you want below because I want to hear about how this works for you. So first of all, I'm going to talk you through the strategy. So it's known as traffic lights, and you might have seen teachers, education, speech, language therapists with 3 circles, and these are just cardboard, there's nothing fancy about these. 3 circles that they might wear, around their neck as a lanyard or have in the vicinity of a classroom or a professional setting. Now, this is known as traffic lights for the obvious reason. We have green, we have amber, and we have red. And these signify different things. So you have green, which tells you the individual, the child, is doing the activity. It's go. Go ahead, do the activity. Amber means it's their last go. And then red means that activity's finished. And that's key. So the great thing about this strategy is that they are visual. You don't need to understand language to know what I've just told you. That green means go, amber means you're coming to the end, and red means it's all done. Even if your child doesn't understand it at the beginning, you will use these over and over again and be consistent about it, and they will learn without language, without having to process words or communicate, that these colourful circles mean that. And that's all the traffic light strategy is, and use it within activities. So how do you implement this? That's great. You told me what these big colourful circles mean, but how do I actually implement this? So what you're going to do, you're going to take an activity that your child is currently doing. Don't shift them to something else. Take what they're doing in that moment. Do it within your house, within a controlled, safe space. Don't go into an activity centre and think, right, I'm going to pull out my colourful circles and try to do this. Don't do that. Okay, you've got to do it within a safe setting in your own home where you can be one-on-one with your child and do this in a consistent, safe manner. So take the activity your child's currently doing. They might be watching television at that point in time. They might be playing with a car that they love. They might be looking at a book. They might be spinning around in the middle of the floor. Okay, whatever they are doing, that is the activity that you're going to start with. And your goal is to move them onto another activity. So as they're doing what they're currently doing, you're going to put the green circle in front of them. Now, they're not going to have a clue what this means. Yeah, they're going to see this green circle and go either, I don't know what that is. They might pick it up, throw it away, right? And they might just ignore it. But what you're starting with is implementing the strategy. And it will not work the first time. Don't walk in there and think that your child understands what you're doing, flashing these colourful circles at them. It will not work first time. So you've got to be consistent. So put that circle in their line of sight, in the space where they are. That's all you have to do. That's step 1. Okay. After, once they've seen that circle, it's been there probably for like 10 seconds or so, that's when you're going to introduce the amber circle. Now, even if your child can't understand language, Reese couldn't understand language, he couldn't process information, he was 3 at the time, you are still going to use words with this. So the amber circle means last go. While they're spinning, watching telly, whatever activity they're doing in that moment, you're going to take away the green one and you're going to put the amber or the yellow one in the place. And you're going to say clearly, no sentences or loads of words, you're just going to put that in front of them and you're going to say, last go. Now, the first time they're just going to go, oh, well, whatever you're talking about, I don't have a clue what you're talking about. I'm still doing my activity. I'm quite chuffed. I'm quite happy here. Okay, but you've moved through 2 steps of that activity. Now's the key point, because you are going to intervene in what your child's doing, because you're going to come along with the red circle and they're not going to like it. Okay, so this is very important to plan ahead and think about an activity that you're going to now substitute or change what they're doing for. Okay, so if they're watching television, great, because you get the remote ready and you're going to turn it off. Okay, now automatically you're going to go, hang on, you're going to get a meltdown. Of course you're going to get a meltdown, but not if you do what I'm about to say. Okay, if they are currently doing a puzzle, you're going to get ready just to remove that puzzle. So you want to get rid of the activity they're doing. But bear with me. So you're going to then replace that amber circle that's in front of them with the red one. And you're going to put that down and you're going to say all finished. Again, clear words. And you're going to remove that activity immediately. Switch off the television, take that puzzle. But it is very important to be very quick, because you want to avoid any tension, any upset, any move into meltdown with your child. And this is where it's very important that you are now going to introduce them to an activity that they are going to accept. Now, the activity I always recommend, because it really worked for us, was bubbles. So as soon as you move that activity, right, you're then going to take a bottle of bubbles and you're just going to fill that room with bubbles, right? Now remember, the second you start that new activity, you're going to take that red one away and you're going to introduce your green one back again. My son Reese loved bubbles, so he suddenly thought, oh, okay, you've turned off the television. I'm not really happy about that, but wow, the room is filled with bubbles, loving this, okay? Now, you're not going to introduce him to the next activity and take 5 minutes over that activity. You do it really quick, okay? So whether you're using bubbles, whether you are doing something with your child, Reese loved being thrown in the air or spun around or interacting with me. Choose something that works for your child that they are going to love. And you are then going to go through the steps again with the second activity. So filling the room with bubbles, my green circle comes into play. You're going to do this for only about 10-20 seconds, the second activity. So as soon as you filled that room with bubbles, you're then going to slot in your amber disc and you're going to go, last go, all in a positive high note, last go. And then you're going to move and you're going to put in your red disc and go, all finished. And then what you're going to do, you're going to introduce that first activity they were having and enjoying. So whether it's back television back on, whether it is back with that car, that puzzle, whatever they were loving. So you're basically taking them away from that activity they were loving for about 10 seconds, and then you're going to bring it back. And that's all you're going to do. 10 seconds. And that doesn't sound like a lot of time, and it doesn't feel like, oh, what have I achieved by doing that? But what you are doing is you are introducing them to the strategy. Your child doesn't understand the strategy, so you're going to show them what it is. And you are going to start using these in those simple methods constantly, consistently, and in the same routine and way that you've done it. Your child will learn what these mean, your child will understand what they mean, and you can slowly build up to using them for the bigger things, like expanding that 10 seconds to be maybe a minute. Or introducing them to, okay, television's finished, and now we're going to go outside and we're going to go to the shop in the car, or whatever your case might be. And that's a strategy. That's how you implement it, just with these amazing 3 little discs of cardboard that I cut out about 5 minutes ago. Now, if you're watching all the way to the end, it's very important, a couple of points that I've made. Firstly, make sure that you say last go, and you say it clearly, because you are not going to be carrying these around until they are older. Well, you could, but we haven't. Reese understands last go without the need for the amber disc. Also, the words all finished, those words, saying them every time, will become the words, the keywords your child will understand, and then you can use them as you mature and go through this journey with your child. That all finished means all finished, and then you move on to something else. I really want to hear how you have found this strategy and how you implement it in your home. Also, if there's any questions, please put them in the comments below, because everything works differently for every family. Every child is different. So please share below and I can respond and help you out. And also, please check out some more videos that I have across my channel. Really, there are some amazing things of how you can implement strategies and also what we do across our home, our lives with Reese.